Hmm?
Green button, and... Once the data uploads, I'll run the prints against the police database on the computer. Great. The data is there. Click Upload. Now, go through the database and find a matching print. Expect possible hours of fun. One more. Analyze button. And everyone has a story to tell, even if it's just a police record. So, as predicted, the deceased turned out to be Harper Lloyd.
Oi.
I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work. Great, now I can go back to my inspection. I'm adding the name of the deceased. I'll start the internal examination by taking fluid from the victim's brain. A needle inserted through the nose will do the trick. If the victim was alive when she fell into the well, she must have swallowed water fighting for her life, and then diatoms, characteristics of pooled water like a well, got into the body. In the meantime, I'll check the sample under the microscope. I'm sure that these algae traces will be found in the samples taken from the well where police found the body. Now I need to adjust the knobs properly, and place the diatom in the center of the slide. Diatoms are single-celled microscopic algae. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll be... Oh, nah. Oh. I'm finally starting to see something here. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. It's not a dirty lens, and perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. Oh, the aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. Oh, the aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. Nah, too much. No, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. It's not a... And perfect. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. Nah. Oh. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. Oh. I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. I won't even notice an army of diatoms. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. The aperture still needs a... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. The aperture still needs a... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. The aperture still needs a... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. The aperture still needs a... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. No. No. The aperture still... No. I'm finally starting to see something here. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. It's not a dirty lens. And perfect. As expected, we find the aforementioned algae in the solution. Their upper part, Epitheka, which overlaps the lower, Hypotheka, is clearly visible. The presence of diatoms in the brain samples taken indicate that the deceased was certainly alive when she fell into the water and was possibly conscious. Since there were diatoms in the brain, it means that many more of them must have studies of the rest of the organs will most likely confirm this hypothesis. I can finally get to the practical part. I must be extra careful because the skin of the deceased is very stretched. I wouldn't want an explosion here. You can immediately see a very large swelling of the organs. In addition, all internal organs are very congested. I proceed to remove the ribcage. It's easy to see that the ribs have been imprinted in the lungs. So, I'm going to start by drawing blood from the lungs for testing for diatom. If diatoms were only present in the lungs, this would mean that the victim was placed in the well after death, and the perpetrator wanted to get rid of the corpse in this way. Now, I remove the lungs and proceed to their examination. Taking the lungs in my hand, I feel that the tissues have lost their elasticity, which is the result of water emphysema. In addition, there is significant swelling of the organs, and as a result, we have a nice imprint of the ribs. The emphysema itself, it's clear how far it's progressed, which is characteristic of drowning. Corpses found in water are worth examining with a tomograph. However, I can't count on such luxuries, so I must reach for a more archaic technology, a bucket and water. Ooh, I hope no one dipped a mop in it. It's best to go to the lab for this. Historically, the lung float test is used to detect infanticide. The water should be at room temperature. That's enough. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water. This checks if there is air in the lungs. And speaking of lungs, everything is ready to bring them here. Oh, Jesus. Of course, such a study isn't without flaws. Air may have entered a newborn's airways during resuscitation attempts. Gases released during decomposition could also give a false result. In this case, however, it's about something else, namely, the amount of fluid in the lungs. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water and wait to see if they fall or if they will float on the surface. Just as I assumed, the lungs collapsed easily. Fluid could have entered the lungs during panic attempts to catch breath in the water, but it could also be the result of bacterial infections or cancer, so further investigation is needed. I move on to dissecting the lungs of the deceased. You can hear the distinct, very unpleasant crackling of the tissues being cut through. The parenchyma is remarkably pale, although small hemorrhagic foci and petechia are present on the surface. All right. Now, I will check the collected fluid under a microscope. If we find 20 diatoms on the slide, it can be considered drowning, and our result is not false positive due to possible contaminations. Let's see, although I expect we'll find them easily. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. The aperture still needs adjustment. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. And perfect. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. As expected. In solution, the diatoms are clearly visible. There are smaller and larger clusters of them. There will definitely be more than 20 of them. I'll make a note of all this. So far, this case looks pretty standard. It's clear from the beginning that it's drowning. Well, the procedure requires me to check everything anyway. So, I move on to checking the other organs. I ligate the heart, and then remove it. Strongly developed putrefactic hemolysis of the organ can be seen at first glance. Apart from that, no signs of a heart attack or other heart disease. I move on to the next organ. This time, it's the liver. It's immediately apparent that the deceased didn't care for herself. The beginnings of cirrhosis are visible in some areas. I transfer the organ to a board and proceed to dissect. The cross-section clearly shows dilate. I must admit that this is quite a feat, considering the rather young age of the deceased. Harper enjoyed drinking so much that she might not have lasted a few more years. I move on to the stomach. I take a sample of the fluid for testing. Looks very happens after spinning, but that's in a moment. Now, I carefully ligate the organ, then cut it off. It's enlarged, probably full of putrid gases. I transfer it to the board and carefully open it, checking the contents. One thing you'd never get used to is how much this task smells. Okay, the stomach is full of fluid and unidentified organic matter, which is probably leftover food. So let's check the diatoms. Again, but in a centrifuge for a change. The problem with examining drowned people is being able to show whether the death was due to drowning or whether something else contributed to the death. Cramp, heart attack, drugs, homicide, or some accident. Such an analysis requires viewing from different angles and data, including those from the field. That's why it's so important to collect as many samples as possible. Unfortunately. Okay, this is one last little sample. Now, set. Done. I'll run it directly into the chromatograph and run it against the data from the police. I'm certain the analysis will show similarities between the fluid and water in Chelsea's well. Let me think. 3 milliliters should be fine. Okay, now it's the chromatograph's turn. Well, the results are quite clear. I was hoping it would be a more interesting case. More diatoms. Analysis indicates the same origin. Blah, blah, blah. The trachea. I'm moving to the board for further inspection. I dissect the trachea and open the organ. Inside, I find a wedding ring. This is interesting. Let me look at it. Based on the size, I can say that it's a woman's wedding ring. Quite standard from the outside. There's an engraving inside. What the fuck? But this is my ring. How is this ring? But how did it? But this should be at home. I have it. At home. It's. Must have been nothing. Where are my mistakes? Christ! Hope these all make it go away. I have to check the apartment. It can't be. Mr. Ridley. Mr. Ridley!
What's all the ruckus?
I need to go home. Immediately.
What? Now?
I have to. Have you seen anyone here this morning? Anybody suspicious?
No, there was no one. Dorothy was, but only for a moment, then she left. What's wrong with you, Hammond?
Okay. Thanks.
What about the corpse?
I'll come back, I promise. Jesus Christ! I have to check this out. Please. Please be there. It can't be your wedding ring. It's not here. It's not. I need to go. I need to go. This is sick. Come on, Stephen. Pick up the fucking phone.
What's up, man?
They took the ring!
What? What ring? What are you talking about?
They took the wedding ring. Alice's wedding ring.
One sec. You mean burglary? You said nothing was missing.
Yes, I know. I know that. I don't know. I was... Maybe I didn't notice. I don't know, but... That's not the worst of it.
Calm down.
I pulled it out of a dead woman's trachea.
What?
I don't know what's going on. You think Red Pete wants revenge? He's playing with me. Huh? I knew it. I knew it from the beginning. This is going to happen. I didn't make it up.
Jack, listen to me. Try to calm down. Don't leave the apartment. I'll be with you right away, okay? I'm on my way.
What sane person would do something like that? Fucking Ridley lets in whoever he likes as usual. What are you saying? Stephen? Don't leave me, man. Come on. Fuck. Oh, God, what now? Okay, I need a drink. Jesus. What's going on? Just one sip more. Yep. Jesus. Okay. Yep. Okay. These reports will kill me one day. Fuck. Yes.
Hi, this is Charlotte.
No, I just... I wrote reports in this last sections, and I was just about to leave for work.
Always know when to call.
Yeah. Definitely. What's up? How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What about you?
Okay, nothing new. I had a few days off.
Oh, that's nice. Then... Did you have a moment to look for something for me?
Something for you?
Well... the photo with, the photo I asked you for?
It hasn't come yet? Oh, sorry, but I sent it a week ago.
No, not yet. Maybe I'm too impatient. I'm sorry for rushing you. You have so much on your mind. I thought maybe you forgot.
It's okay. No worries. With my pills, Pills. I almost forgot to take my pills. So you see...
Yeah.
I have to go now.
Yes, sure.
Let me know if you still haven't received the letter. Then I'll try... well, maybe I'll find something else.
Oh, really? Could you? It would be great if you could. Really?
Yes. I know it means a lot to you.
Well, I won't hold you any longer. Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Damn, did I mess up the address? How am I gonna get those pills? Maybe I should invite Charlotte to do something herself. I should take out the trash first. Ugh, why is it so wet? I shouldn't be this tired. I wonder if Alice's mother has a film of this photo somewhere. I actually hadn't thought about it before. I should call her on Friday. Ah, God. Why do I like sleeping so much? Huh?
It's just me, Jack.
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversations. Has Stephen brought the body?
Yeah, the trolley's in the hall. Maybe wheeling it to the dissection room will be invigorating enough for you.
Huh. I've missed how friendly and helpful you are. I think I'll get straight to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good. Christ, this one's heavy. Hey, Mr. Ridley, I need help. I can't lift this bag myself. Red light! Ugh, wasn't easy, but at least I can start. A new package must have arrived. I guess Dorothy ordered it. I think I'll skip recording a video for the students today. They don't need to see me and the body. Ugh. And they'll still have the accompanying photos anyway. November 27th, 1991. 5:14 p.m. Conducted by Dr. Jack Hanman. James Evans Jr., also known as Jesse. Age about 30. Weight 130 kilograms. Height 180 centimeters. Evans had previously been convicted of possession of stolen goods, robberies, and drug trafficking. There were also attempts to accuse him of leading a criminal group responsible for burglaries in the New Orleans area. What? Burglaries in the... Police photos show that the body was not even particularly hidden, but only covered with a thin layer of soil, branches, and leaves. The body was found naked and mutilated. Clothes, probably belonging to the deceased, were found lying nearby. The body was found inadvertently in the woods near Peetsville. The dogs picked up the scent while searching for a missing boy. The deceased's father, James Evans Sr., is a local businessman. He was the one who reported the disappearance. At the time of the report, his son hadn't been home for 3 days. Sounds disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then. I'll start by opening the bag.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. I didn't expect this level of mutilation. This is going to be a dirty job. I'll check to the bag the police left.
Tiny. Fuck. Fuck. What's this? Ready?
Maybe there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Leather belt. You can see that it's been serving its owner for a long time. Plain cotton t-shirt. Classic jeans. Well, dirty and torn. Interesting. Most of the blood is visible around the neckline. However, after decapitation, I would expect a larger stain, reaching much further. Something stuck here. It looks like some kind of ecdysis? Scale? This could point to an animal being responsible. Mainly traces of soil. It's a bit like the perpetrator's pulled his shirt over his head. The bloodstains don't appear to be related to any injuries on the body. They're just a lighter engraved with the police, and it looks somehow... it's probably a coincidence. Certainly not my style. Traces of blood and plasma. It could have been used to stop or reduce bleeding. Is this? Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Heavens must have been crawling, or was dragged along the ground. Oh, you can push it? After all, what else could I expect? Weird. Someone obviously didn't want to put in the work. These clothes haven't been thoroughly searched. Another animal souvenir. It looks different. The only thing I can tell from the clothes is that before his death, Evans had either dragged him along the ground for a long distance. And this is certainly strange. The injuries themselves were inflicted only when he was naked. Okay, I'll take a look at the scales. They seem too different. Dorothy once brought an animal encyclopedia here. She performed an autopsy on an exotic animal, suffered an accident while transporting illegal animals. Not only were the police needed on site, but it took nearly a day to round up his cargo. Dorothy had a hard time with that case. Some reptile would just come out of their can and grab him. Okay, the book. Which page was it? Local wildlife. I bet I'll find something here. River. There could be a nesting site nearby.